Today we are mixing it up. We are going to take a look at a desktop CNC by Genmitsu. This is called the Cubico, and we're going to go over the pros and cons and everything you need to know right here on the Printasaurus. I'm Aaron, and let's get into it. Before we get started, SaneSmart did reach out. They provided this unit for a review. Rest assured, we're going to go over pros, cons, all that good stuff. So moving into specifications, let's go over the basics. 330 by 330 by 320 is the overall size. This is a desktop CNC, so that means it will fit on our desktop. It's probably going to fit on the shelf in most cases. Overall, it's about the size of a Bamboo A1 3D printer, if you guys are familiar with those. So let's talk mechanics of the unit. 75 watt, 10,000 RPM spindle with an ER11 collet. You've also got 10 millimeter linear rods for your X and Y axis, 8 millimeter linear rods for your Z axis, and both Z, X, and Y are controlled by NEMA 17 motors that drive a 8 millimeter lead screw. For build volume, 110 by 150 with 40 millimeters of Z-axis travel, and you have a 2-inch screen up front to control everything. On the side of the unit, you will find your power button, you will find an emergency stop button, and then towards the back you have a USB plug and the actual power connection. This unit also has Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi only works with the Genmitsu mobile app or tablet app, and it mimics what you would find on that front control screen. So that pretty much covers all the specs. We're going to jump into getting this thing set up, and we'll take a look at how easy it is, or hard it may be, to start printing or start cutting. What do you say when you CNC? Start machining. That's it. All right, let's get to it. So as far as setup goes, there's not a lot you really have to do to get ready to start CNCing. There's some rubber feet that we have to install. There's a quick start guide that is very well written that SaneSmart includes, and this has everything you need to do to get started. It even talks about how to use the Z probe, the calibration, everything there. So very straightforward, very simple. What we do need to figure out is your workflow, and that's really probably the biggest part of your setup. And what I mean by that is you have your CNC, that's great. How are we going to interact with it? What are we going to use to do our CAM or CAD and then actually output and control the machine? So one of the programs that I like to use to do my CAM work and my tool paths, everything, is VCarve Pro. It's a Vectric program. Works really well. You can draw everything. You can import things. Really does everything you need to do to really get going with CNC. And it's a software I've used for a number of years and I really like it. It also has your tool paths and everything there. You can create a library for all your different tools. Just makes things really easy. So that would be my recommendation. That's what we're going to use today. And I'm going to keep things very basic. We're going to use the screen on the front. It has an SD card slot. So we're going to output straight from VCarve Pro to the SD card and then utilize the control panel here to actually kick off those CNC jobs. So one thing I do want to talk about before we take this thing out to the garage is this. So this is a waste board, a spoil board, and what it does is when you have your material, you have it attached to your board, either by clamps or two-sided tape. I like to use carpet tape. You have it on this. And what this does is it protects that nice aluminum bed that's in there. If this gets all cut up or scarred up, you just throw it away and print a new one. Printables has a couple of different files that people out there have made. I'm going to list a couple down below in a description. I highly recommend if you have a 3D printer or a laser cutter or something. What I'm getting at is you need a waste board, very useful. Now let's go to the garage. Today's video is brought to you by PCBWay, PCBWay.com. Jump online, check them out. They have extended to October 31st their purple solder mask, and you can still take advantage of some savings with TPU, up to 40% off. So jump online, take a look at their website. Excellent customer service, easy to use, and fast shipping. PCBWay, PCBWay.com. So I've got everything programmed and we are ready to start cutting. So I have my hardwood on that waste board that I talked about that I printed, and I have that secured with double-sided tape. We are now ready to start working. First thing we're gonna do is a pocket inlay, and that's where that carbon fiber gear is going to set. So we have that all programmed, and I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. This is really where I feel like the Cubico shines. It is very good with wood. It works very well with hardwood, softwoods, especially if you have the right tooling. That's going to become important as you get more familiar with CNCing. High quality tools always make your jobs a little bit better, if not perfect. Everything was nice and sharp. All the edges looked good. No round out, no tears, no nothing. I didn't have any vibration, which means that this setup is very rigid. The 75-watt spindle performed well with this material. So no issues so far with this project. The next thing I needed to do was my text inlay. Now I was on the fence if I wanted to V-carve this. I wasn't really sure overall how I wanted this to look, but I ended up doing a deeper pocket inlay for the text, and that also turned out extremely well. No issues so far. Just some very light sanding for some very mild cleanup, and things looked perfect. As far as cutting the coaster out, I did get more aggressive here. So I was very shallow, and moderate feed rate is what I used for the other cuts, and things came out perfect. I wanted to see with a 1/8 inch bit how well or how deep we could cut. So I went with 3mm deep passes, and I had some tear out, I had massive vibration. The spindle bogged down a bit. So I had some issues with power to cut through at more aggressive depths and feed rates. But I was able to successfully cut this out. So next up is our carbon fiber, which is our gear inlay. And here is where I had a little bit of problems. I broke some bits, which I'm never a fan of. I hate breaking bits because they cost, in some cases, $20, $30, $40 or more, depending on what you're using. And it is because I was going too fast. So carbon fiber can be tricky. I used just the standard bit that was included with the Cubico, and I had to go very, very slow. So I ended up having to do very shallow passes, and I didn't break any bits after that. Things turned out very clean. Again, the machine performed the way it should. You're gonna have to dial in your feed rates. That's going to be experimental based on the material you're using. As you get familiar with CNCing, this is something that never really goes away, and it is something we all battle with CNC machines, is what tools, what feed rate, what depth gets the job done. All right, so we have done some light sanding. We have also glued in our inlay. Everything fits nicely. I could have optimized this a little bit more so the inlay fit tighter, but for this example, very happy with the end result. The only issues really that I had was me being too aggressive to really see what the machine was capable of with that outer cut. And I'll show you a close up here. You'll see some tear out and some issues. Other than that, this coaster performs as advertised. It's going to do a great job. Now it's time to talk pros and cons. I've had this machine for a couple weeks now. We did our coaster project that I showed earlier, which turned out really good. I did break some bits, but that was entirely my fault. Things I really liked about this unit was overall the ease of use, the instructions, documentation, everything that SandSmart Genmitsu includes. It's very well written. Pictures are good. It is geared for that beginner. It even has a chart included that has numerous bits, what they do, how they work, and QR codes to purchase those. So from a beginner perspective, fantastic. With that said, the enclosure is great. I like that it keeps all the dirt, dust, all that stuff in. It has limit switches throughout, which is also fantastic. I feel like the mechanics are pretty beefy for a unit this size, which is also really good. It looks like it's gonna be a machine that is gonna last a while. Other things I like, the screen worked really well for our project. We were able to just put our SD card in, upload our G code, and start cutting, which makes it very, very simple. So cons. What didn't I like? So the screen itself works really well. You can see everything. The menu items seem to be all usable. The area that I didn't like with that was the fact that you couldn't scroll left and right. You had to scroll up and down to kind of scroll through all the menu options, which once you learn it is okay, but I feel like that could be a little bit better. Other areas, dirt, dust, all that stuff is contained within the unit, which is fantastic, but you have a couple of areas on the bed that are exposed, so you're going to end up with chips, dirt, dust, all that stuff down below. and you're gonna have to take off the bottom panel from time to time to remove all that additional debris. I wish it was a little more enclosed. If there was a way to do that, I just think it would make some of the maintenance a little bit easier. One other area that I feel like, you know, could be more of an annoyance is it is loud. I felt like it was right around that 75, 80 dBs, and it does depend on material. Some are quieter than others, but that was about the average that I saw for noise with the enclosure on. The enclosure vibrated a little bit, so that also amplified some of that noise. But other than that, the machine itself works really well. If you're a beginner and you're looking to get into CNC, this is a great example. $450 is what it's currently listed for in the US on SaneSmart's website. So take a look at that. You have a couple of additional options for it. So you can get a more powerful spindle. It spins up to 20,000 RPM. And there is a dust collector as well that you can add to it, and a laser engraver. So overall, I would recommend it. So thanks everyone for your time. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys pick one of these up, love to hear from you. See you in the next video.